In the days where a set of golf clubs is costing upwards of £1,200, are these affordable irons the perfect set for you? Today we are talking about the Caley 01 iron, which you will have seen on many channels in the last couple of weeks. A great iron, a great competitor, coming in at around about £500. We're going to talk today with an everyday golfer who has an affordable set, and how does it compete with those? So, cometh the hour, cometh the man. Mid-handicap Dave is in here today. We know that Dave has bought a new set of clubs. He's got some money, he's found some money, he's had a whip round. He's bought some TAKOMOs at the start of this season. He's absolutely loving those clubs.
I am.
He was just saying how a couple of his friends have tried them and are also considering ordering those. But these Caley irons are a straight competitor, same kind of price point, same kind of setup. And that's what we want to talk about today. We're going to play a couple of holes with these irons. We're going to hit a couple of shots into each green. Again, the next hole is maybe a 3-shotter, so we have got the full set in here to test and compare. Let's see what trajectories are like. Let's see how the looks compare. Let's see which Dave favours. Is he going to have to do a switch? And that's a fantastic drive up there. Chasing down there, a nice draw. And that should leave a long iron in, which is a great start.
Got a panic on then, Chris. Thought I'd lost the tee.
Thought you'd lost your tee. Dave's actually caught that too well. It's got a little bit too far, so that would be a mid-iron into the green. So we're actually going to bring that ball back, and Dave's going to hit a 6-iron from the middle of the fairway. He's going to go first of all with what he knows, his TAKOMOs, and then we're going to bring in a Caley iron, and we're going to see what Dave's first thoughts are. So in first with Dave's TAKOMO. So first. We know here we've got 155 yards. So this is normally where Dave would hit a 6-iron. We're a little bit downwind here. There's no trouble in front. So let's see what Dave can do. So interesting there. Not the best strike.
Not the best strike, but...
So it'll be interesting to see now with the Caley, obviously if Dave was to hit this off-centred, hopefully he doesn't, what's the feel? So Dave knows what his TAKOMOs looks like, so straight away we've actually got a different shaft in here. We've got a little bit of a lighter shaft, so we have got a recoil 80-gram shaft, which is not too far away from his TAKOMO irons.
Feels lighter.
Certainly feels lighter. Look straight away, Dave, down at the ball.
Top line looks a bit thicker, but nothing that I feel too bad about. Is there a bit of offset on them, Chris?
A little bit of offset, yeah. So again, these compare probably closer to the TAKOMO 101s. These are called the Caley 01s, so very similar look, which I'll show you shortly. A little bit of offset here, which might not help Dave. A thicker top edge, which is a common theme of people have said with these irons.
Equally bad strike, but
pulled that one a
down
little
the
bit
side.
left. So two very similar strikes. We're going to get up there and see distance-wise how they compare. Again, Dave, looks-wise compared to the TAKOMOs down at the golf ball, finish-wise, what would you say?
They're not as shiny as the TAKOMOs, Chris, which doesn't particularly bother me. I know some people prefer it that way because if you get a really sunny day, then you don't get that reflection in your eyes.
So again, if we talk about looks, you can see very similar there, a little bit shinier finish, a little bit more chrome from the TAKOMO 101Ts. Again, they certainly do look a little bit bigger, the Caley 01, so a little bit more chunky again. These will be closer to the normal TAKOMO 101s. Again, if we look at the top edge on those two golf clubs, we can see the Caley on the right certainly has a much thicker top edge, and we can also see that little bit of offset on the right with the Caley. We can't see any offset from the 101Ts. So again, we're not comparing them perfectly to each other because these may be suited close to the 101s, which again for Dave wasn't the club that was the most beneficial to him. That wasn't the club that was going to help him lower his scores. But let's get down to the green. So we can see the TAKOMO has obviously missed the green here to the right, but it would have been on the front half of the green. We can see the Caley's probably got maybe another couple of yards, so forgiveness wise, two poor shots that we do see from average golfers or everyday golfers, but you would take them because again they're not too short for a missed hit. So competing well together, very similar with forgiveness. But let's move on to the next hole. So we're on stroke index 2 here at Garforth, and we're going to play a bit of an iron challenge here. So Dave's going to go with the 4 irons from the set. We're going to see how these compare. Does the launch differ at all? Do they get a little bit higher with the Caley or not? Then we're going to go for a mid-iron to lay up, and then we're going to go into the set pitching wedges. That's a fantastic shot there from Dave. A nice towering draw up the fairway. Dave would have took that every day because his driver
might be a new plan for this hole, that, Chris.
So let's bring the Caley in now. We saw plenty of launch on there. We're going to put the lofts on the screen now for you, but we're also going to put these to the test with the TrackMan. We're going to get the numbers with these, compare them, see what Dave's dispersion is, see which one would actually be the best for him for under £500. Right, so in with a Caley 4-iron. Again, straight away, Dave, down at this one. Again, sometimes you might want a thicker edge on a longer club just to get a bit more confidence.
And I have a tendency to slightly fade some of the longer irons, so, you know, the offset might help me a little bit.
Yeah, so the offset might be good for him, but something a little bit bigger here might actually help him. We've got some interesting clubs that we're going to be testing in the next couple of holes, which actually will be on the channel soon, and could be a game changer for every golfer out there, or maybe every senior golfer.
Steady.
So certainly launches a lot lower there, Dave.
Yeah. So
interesting there. Obviously we're going to put the lofts on the screen now. That could be an effect of the lofts, that could be an effect of obviously the shaft also in there, but track wise not bad at all.
Yeah.
So let's get down there and see, obviously distance wise front to back, how they compare. Is one further than the other? So Dave's just admiring his TAKOMO in the fairway. So a nice towering draw, and again the Caley just a little bit to the right, which again a little bit more pilot error because obviously these are offset. It should actually help you close the face ever so slightly, but a little bit behind. So two similar strikes, but the Caley a little bit behind. So you've seen there just on screen that these Caley irons are about 2 degrees stronger, so very similar to the 101s, so there would have been a better comparison potentially to those, but that's what we'll do in coming weeks. We will get Dave out testing both of those clubs. We'll get them obviously with the numbers and see what Dave does. But Dave's going to go with his 8-iron now. We're going to get that down there into a layup zone where potentially we'll have a pitching wedge in, because pitching wedge is 44 degrees with the Caley irons, 46 with the TAKOMOs, but it's a club that Dave does use quite a lot for pitching as well. That's a fantastic shot there. Nice and high, towering shot. And that
should be just about right, that, Chris.
Just about right. Dave's happy. So,
I am.
Again,
thanks a lot.
Dave says not as shiny with these face, so duller in the middle, a little bit of shine on the edges, so maybe not as much glare potentially as the TAKOMO. So depending where you play, that's something you need to take into account. I'm sure TAKOMO will be thinking about something like that, maybe making some raw finish irons where something a little bit different. It's a fantastic
very similar
shot. Very similar, launched exactly the same, not higher, not lower. Might have gone that little bit further because, as we now know, 2 degrees stronger.
Yeah, I think it has actually.
So the 8-iron Caley did actually just run out of the fairway. Dave said he did flush that. The TAKOMO was not struck as well, and it was probably 5 yards difference in it. But we've brought them now, so we've got 105 yards to the flag. We know that is Dave's perfect pitching wedge. Well, it's his perfect pitching wedge with the TAKOMOs at 46 degrees. So let's see how this performs. Great launching shot, exactly the number that we expect there from Dave, so it might just be just past pin high, just can't see it, but that's a fantastic shot, Dave. So Caley, oh yeah, it is in my bag where there is some other clubs that we are testing. Sure. In with the Caley pitching wedge, potentially could see this launch a little bit lower, and it'd be very interesting to see here if it is a similar strike, does it go a little bit further as we would expect from it being 2 degrees stronger. Right, so certainly launched lower, pulled it a little bit.
Yeah.
So again, that's a bit of Dave, but also a bit of the offset on there. Could you see the offset on that down at the ball, Dave?
Yeah.
And it's a little bit off-putting on the shorter irons.
It puts it off a little bit. I'm not sure how much of an effect it has on somebody who's got an inconsistent swing like most mid-handicappers do, but it just makes you feel that you're going to pull it slightly, so I think you end up doing that.
Right, let's get up there and see how the TAKOMO finished at least. So as we come up, we can see the TAKOMO nicely. Dave's 105 yard shot, gone to around about 10 feet. So a great shot there from Dave. The Caley is a little bit left. So guys, that has been a comparison of the Caley 01s against the TAKOMO 101Ts, both coming in at a £500 budget. The Caley 01s, again a little bit bigger, more similar to the standard 101, so we will be doing that on the channel soon. We will be getting numbers and we'll be showing you how they compete and if they would be right for you.